All right. Welcome back to Currency 365. Also, Eyes Open Media. Hope you guys are doing well. And for Eyes Open Media, I will do a video dump of some of the videos that I've done already on Currency 365 in the last couple of days that I have not posted on there yet. Remember, I told you guys that I'm not posting every day or every other day on there. I'll be doing video dumps instead, just so I can try to get that channel back to normal. So it's going to take a while because, it takes YouTube a while to reset your channel. But anyways, it is what it is. All right, so in this video, we're talking about modern men and women hate reality. They hate reality, right? And so we're dealing with that in Iraq right now, right? We're dealing with that not just in Iraq, but literally every country hates reality, right? Every country is is living in an art is living in a first of all we're living in a simulation, right? in the matrix and things like that, but we hate reality, and the modern men and women have taken it to the next level, right? So, and we're dealing with that in Iraq with them not being in the reality rate on their own currency and economy, and them continuously telling us, well, our hardest thing to do is to actually go back to reality in our economy, reality in our currency, and reality in our private sector. The hardest thing is going to be shifting back to reality. And it's the same thing here in America where we have this Fed dollar that people actually believe is money when it's not money, it's actually a debt because they can't stand reality that the Fed dollar that they use every day is actually a debt and not actual money. Money is actually gold and silver. Money is actually a currency that's backed by gold and silver, like a U.S. Treasury, a gold-backed U.S. Treasury note, or a silver-backed U.S. Treasury dollar. Those have value. That's actual money, and we cannot compute it in our mind, computilate it, or whatever you however you say the word, right? We can't compute it in our mind that no, the Fed dollar is not actually money. It's a debt. We can't be, and the reason why we can't is because we think about the moment somebody tells us that the U.S. Fed dollar is not actual money, is a debt. We literally go back to the history of America and the red, white, and blue, and the military and the power structure and the big Fortune 500. We literally are computing that in our head while somebody's telling us that the Fed dollar isn't actual money, and then we come out and say, "No, I don't believe you." I don't believe you. And the only reason why you don't believe them is because you went back and looked at the history of America and you were proud of the red, white, and blue. that's not re that's not reality. That's a fantasy, you know what I mean? You going back and saying, well, America is strong and Fourth of July and all this stupid stuff, you know what I mean? Like that doesn't have nothing to do with the reality that the Fed dollar is not actual money. It's a debt owed back plus interest back to the central bank or the Federal Reserve. That's reality. But if you go around and you tell people that, they cannot understand that. They're like, it's too much. It has to be money. I use it all the time. Like they hate reality, and that's the point where we're at right now. We're at the point right now where we're about to go back to reality, and this is the hard part because many people are not living in reality, right? They're on Instagram, they're on social media, and they hate reality. They hate the way they look naturally. They hate their hair naturally. They hate their face naturally. They hate their body. So then they change it on social media and say, This is who I am." Me with this pink hair and all this makeup and my body's perfect because I shaped it, I edited it that way. That's who I really am. This person in reality is not me. That's literally what these people, these modern men and women, are saying to themselves. That what I am on social media is my new reality. And this is why they're hiding in the metaverse, and they're introducing the metaverse and VR and all this virtual reality stuff, because they cannot stand reality. And many of these people are running from God's judgment as well. They're trying to hide from the judgment of God. They're trying to hide from their sins, right? All the sins and the karma and all these things that they've done on the earth, they're trying to hide in the digital realm. They think they're going to be safe in digital life, in the digital life. This is what we're dealing with, folks. This is mind control, brainwashing. That reality, it just doesn't work for them anymore. Being able to communicate with people in reality doesn't work. We have to communicate now with headsets on in the virtual reality. You got people out here that cannot even speak to you in reality, but yet they can speak to everybody in virtual reality. They can speak to everybody on the internet. They have no problem speaking to people on the internet. Hi, 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 messaging people, commenting. Maybe they have their own channel. They got the headset on. They're gaming with everybody, and they got 29 friends online. But when they go out that door, that modern men and women, it is almost like it's a nightmare for them. They can't communicate. They can't say hi. They don't smile. They're literally. It's almost like going outside is their hell, and being inside of the metaverse and being inside in virtual reality and social media is their heaven. They have committed themselves to fear, and they have succumbed to fear of reality. And so now what we're going to see is we're going to see this clash of reality, of people trying to stay out of reality, but reality is going to continue to come forth, and people are going to want to reject reality because it hurts too much. The pain is too much to see themselves naturally, to see the real results of this thing or that and that, when the reality is going to hit these people in the face, and it's not going to be pretty. They're gonna have nervous breakdowns. I just seen the dude on social media just absolutely break down and just jump off a bridge. Like these things, these things are happening at record speeds because people cannot stand reality. And so what's going to happen is money's going to run out, and all these things, bills are going to need to be paid on, and people are going to run into into the metaverse, run into virtual reality. They got bills to pay. They're not going to want to go to work anymore. They're not going to want to do anything because reality is going to be too much. And we're seeing some of these liberals right now. They're running away from their Senate seats, House seats. They're resigning from the Supreme Court, retiring. They're running away. Why? Because reality is coming for them. Reality is coming for, and they want to hide, and they want to hide in virtual reality. They want to hide in their artificial life. They can't believe that the tide is turning and reality is coming out. This is what we're talking about. And so when all the news starts to hit, all of the reality news starts to hit about what happened a couple years ago, and what's been happening, the war and the reset, and all these things that these people are trying to do to us. People are going to have nervous breakdowns. They're not going to want to accept reality that these politicians and the Congress and the government have been after them, trying to take them out. They're not going to want to accept this type of reality. Even though there's a statue in Georgia that says we only want 500,000 people, 500 million people on the planet Earth, but we got 9 billion plus people on the planet Earth, maybe even more. We probably have 13 billion people on the planet Earth. We don't know what the real number is, but they only want 500 million people, and that statue's still up there in Georgia, right? So when they put a statue up there like that, They're telling you that that's exactly what they want, but you ask people about the Georgia guys, and they'll say, "No, I ain't real." It's like, well, it's up there in Georgia. I don't care if it's up there in Georgia or not. It's not real. Why? Because they can't stand reality. They can't accept reality. They cannot accept reality. Right? And so it's the same thing when you say, "Well, look at all these entertainers covering their eyes. What's that all about?" Oh man, they all just playing around. It's like it's been happening for 40 years. Oh well, it's a coincidence, It's because they can't. They don't want the truth about reality. They don't want the truth. They hate reality. And I was watching. I was able to peek in to one of Kevin Samuel's show the other day. Or was it last night or the other night? And this one woman, oh my God, it was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. This woman literally said she was a social worker and she worked with women, only women, no men. And she was like, "Well, the women are single and they have children and they're single and they have all these problems and stuff, and it's the men's fault and this and that." And then Kevin's like, "Wait a minute, did you get the other side of the story before you saying you on my show talking about it's men's fault and you ain't even heard their side of the story?" Yeah, I only hear the women's side, and it's like, and you call yourself a social worker? You're supposed to go and hear the other side and then put the two things together and investigate it with other people and then come to the conclusion. You're only hearing one side of a story and you believing that one side when you know people lie. And she just didn't care. One side it was good enough for her. And then she said, and then she said something that was even worse. She said, "If I have if I have the facts and I had well," Kevin told her, what if you have evidence and facts and truthful statements and things like that you can verify? Are what would you do then?" She said, I would just go with my gut. I would just go with what I feel." And Kevin's like, "You gotta be freaking kidding me." And we're all, I mean, it was so sad. The woman literally hates reality, and she's teaching her son to hate reality. That if facts are presented and she can verify the facts, she will not go with the facts if it doesn't feel right to her. So basically, if a woman comes to her and says and presents the facts that this is happening, this and this and this is happening, but she thinks, but in her gut, she feels like there's something else going on, or there's something else is happening. But she verifies the facts. Okay, this is facts. Okay? We verified this, man. We verified that. But in my feelings, I believe that this is what's really happening. Folks, that is dangerous. That's that liberalism. That's that slavery minded and liberalism, folks. That's dangerous. To know the facts and verify the facts. And yet you say, "Well, I'm just going to go with my gut feeling." And then you're teaching your son that when we live in a world that is very cruel. I mean, these people cannot stand reality. They want to run away from reality. And I guarantee you, folks, when you talk to your family members and friends about reality, a lot of times they don't even want to listen to you. If you're not making something up, if you're not talking about a movie or a TV show or what's going on virtual reality or social media, they don't want to listen to you anymore because reality, hey man, hey, the bill is due on Thursday. We got our Verizon bill due on Thursday, and then we got the water bill due on. They will shut you off so fast. Hey man, I got other things to do, man. I can't with that right now. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. You went to somebody on your family members and friends and said, "Hey, AT&T bills due. We gotta get that paid by." I can't do it. I can't right now. I can't right now with that stuff, man. You're killing me with that. How many times have you heard that? Because reality is too much to bear. If you had come with them and say, "Hey, man, hey man, girls on Instagram, man, she looking good on Instagram." Oh, really, really, really? Because because that's not reality, right? It's virtual reality, you know? And so they're okay with virtual reality. They're okay with simulation of Matrix. They're okay with those types of things, fiction. They hate reality. And so we're getting to a place where reality is poking its head back up and it's about to go in a bull market. Reality is about to go into a bull market and people are going to absolutely go insane because they have to deal with reality, and so this is good. This is about to we're getting into a danger. We're about to get into a dangerous situation here in a dangerous time period where darkness is going to be on the earth because reality is going to be too much for people to bear, but it's going to be hitting them and hitting them and hitting them. And even God even told prophetess Julie that he's going to start speaking for the media. People in the media are going to be saying things that they thought they would never say before because God is going to be speaking through them. And when that happens, and they're gonna quickly try to say it was a gaffe or a mistake or a blooper, whatever, but it's gonna happen over and over and over and over again, and it's going to make many people go insane because it's going to be reality and they can't stand reality. Many liberals cannot stand reality. Many rhinos cannot stand reality. This is why they do what they do. They want to get out of reality. They want to hide from God and his judgment. This is why they implement the stuff they implement. They want to hide. They want to get into the metaverse and transhumanism and all this stupid stuff so that they can hide from the judgment of God and the wrath of God and the karma and all their sins. They cannot stand reality. And so we're seeing that in modern men and modern women now. They can't stand reality. This is why modern men and modern women are having a hard time getting married because they cannot stand reality. So there's always conflict. The moment you bring up reality, they can't they can't. Have you asked a woman one I mean, have you asked a modern woman the simple question like, "Hey, what do you want for dinner?" And she will literally like have a nervous breakdown because she doesn't know what she wants for dinner. And you're like, it was just a question. No, it's not just a question. You're trying to tell her what's for what should she want for dinner, but that is reality. And she doesn't and she's breaking down because mentally, it's like I don't know what I want for dinner. It might be this, it might macaroni, it might be this, it might be that. And have y'all ever seen a girl a woman break down like that for just asking simple question like what's for dinner or what do you want for dinner? I have. I think many of you guys have, right? And so uh, this reality that they're running away from, that modern men and women are running away from, it's it's just gonna lead us into darkness. We must come back to reality. I've been saying that for months now. We must come back to reality. And if we want to see the revaluation of Iraqi dinar, then they're going to need to show the reality economy, right? So they're going to need to stop the fake artificial rate, artificial economy, and launch their private sector, stop the program rate, and reveal their reality economy, which will reveal their real value of the Iraqi dinar, right? And not just them, but Vietnam and Zimbabwe and all these other people that are not living in reality. So many countries are not living in reality, including America, as we print and print and print and print and print and print and print, right? We're not living in reality as well. So we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to get into reality as well. As we go into as we shift from the financial system to a reality system, or reality economy is what I call it. This is going to be painful for many people, because many people have been living in the artificial fake financial system matrix, fiction, and they haven't been living in reality. And so now we're about to get smacked in the face. We're gonna get punched by Mike Tyson here in the coming months, and we're gonna have to live in reality. And it's not gonna be pretty at all. So, anyways, hold on to your seats, buckle up, and get ready, because reality is about to knock us in the face, and it might give many of us a knockout blow. And others, we will survive and thrive in the new reality. Peace out. God bless. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.